到底一个？或者吃光了。到the 7.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live. Doing a little test stream here. Bo wanted to do a little 4-person tournament, so it's going to be Ben Dwan, Prathamesh Sawan here on table 1, and we got a second stream live over on our YouTube channel. Aman Sunar playing against Bo Bologna. We've got Mike Dominguez, I think, in the booth as well.
Hey, Christian.
You,
hello,
Mike?
everybody.
Hey, how's it going, Mike? Just some last-minute things. But I think everything's looking good. I think this is a little test of a sort of parallel stream 2-table action. Everything's looking good so far.
Yeah, we got Table 2 up on YouTube. Is that up and running these days? Or? Let's see.
Yeah, it's looking good. All right, so I think first one down. Was it Prathamesh that took that one? I think I missed it. Yeah, it's looking good. Race to 11, it looks like. I think alternate break. So a little bit of an impromptu tournament, right? I think Bo just wanted to get some action going here, and yeah, so far so good, right?
Yeah, we got Prathamesh coming off of a really good performance of the Washington State Snooker Championship.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
He's been playing well of late, so it's good to see him on the pro table getting warmed up for what should be a very interesting Seattle 9-Ball Open in about a month.
Yeah, it's going to be the big event here at Ox, right? We're real excited to host
Yep.
a World 9-Ball 2 ranking event. It's going to be fun.
Something we've been working towards since we opened. Really, we envisioned this, worked hard to get here. So, and thanks for everybody's support, because if it wasn't for your support, we wouldn't be able to host these type of events coming up.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate all the membership at Ox and all the folks who are helping us out along the way. It's a good team effort, right?
Yeah, team effort outside the table, individual on the table. I guess unless you're playing Scotch doubles.
Yeah.
Do we know what the format is going to be? Is this a round robin and then final?
I don't remember. That might be the case. I think it was being discussed previously, but either they're going to do a round robin situation and just play each other on each table, or they're just going to do semifinal final. I wouldn't be surprised if it's semifinal final, but it'd be a bit random, I guess, to see who gets matched up against who. We'll see. Maybe we'll get someone to go ask Bo during intermission. We got Bike Garrett in the chat saying congrats on the dual table stream. Good to see Prathamesh back up and playing after a gut kick in snooker. Yeah, he ended up runner up. Was that right?
He did. He ended up runner up as close as you can be to winning without winning. It was a very exhausting day for everybody, and that's kind of what snooker is. Pool as well. You gotta have endurance.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. That endurance will definitely kick you out. I think also he had didn't have as good of a showing as he wanted in the Seattle 9-Ball Open, which was a few weeks before. So at least getting to the final in the Washington State Snooker Championship was definitely a reprieve, I'm sure. Oh, I missed it. Was there a black straight in for a win? Oh, man.
Yeah, that shot I believe that Mike is talking about was not in the decider, but I think it took him to a decider.
I see.
If I my memory serves me, which a lot of times it doesn't. You can correct me on that, Mike.
All right, so checking out this table layout. It's looking like one leads pretty naturally to the pink 4. So small window to get on the 5, so he's going to want to get on the correct side of this 4. I think most instincts is to just roll one rail up table. Had he not been on the cushion, I think the shot is to just go 2 rails at the 4. Kind of draw your cue ball back a bit into that second rail. And I think, yeah, he's a little bit weird in this angle. He would have liked to be more towards the left side pocket so he could just drift toward the purple 5, but now he's going to take a steep angle on this 5 ball. I think he's going forward, actually, right? Okay, he's got that steep angle, so now playing with a high left. He's gonna try to cut the 6 in the same pocket, most likely with left spin, or is he trying to hold it across? Yeah, no, he did that. Came up table, 6 in the same pocket. Wants to get fairly straight, and he's looking pretty good here. So a decent start here for Prathamesh, I'd say. It's looking pretty good. You can choose to shoot the 7 in the side, but yeah, that's what he's looking at, 7 in the side. I don't mind shooting it up in the corner if you choose to drift forward, because it's not really that much harder of a shot because the side pocket is so tight. Oh, we got Leaf in the chat saying he's been 1 hot dog on Bo Bologna for this one. Dang, good to hear from you, Leaf. Good to see you in the chat. How's it going over there? You in California already? Did you move? Prat's a little bit jacked up on this ball, but it's a nice natural angle to come up table. I think the only real risk here is to get on the rail for the 9. Oh, nice. He gets the keys for the new place. Exciting stuff. So using the rest, or the bridge, I guess. Gonna play this 1 rail. I almost like going 2 rails across, but he had enough angle just to drift up. Any angle except for straight should do it. This is a classic rotation shot to come back down table for the ball near the spot. Typically attack these in 1 of 2 ways. You kind of want to go forward and then hit the left long rail, or you want to go draw with some right spin and come to the right long rail where your hand is. And just get a high angle on the next ball. It doesn't have to be straight in. This is pretty classic here. Just a high ball on this 10 ball, or you can stun it, send it 2 rails around the table. Nice shot there. Rifles that ball in, and I think that's going to be Prathamesh taking a 2-0 lead now. Strong start. Good run out there. All right, who do we got in the chat? Anybody tuning in, watching from home? Let us know where you're watching from.
Leaf, how you doing, Leaf? This is Mike. Always good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well.
Need to find a regular pool hall in SF. I think there might be some down there somewhere, right? Carl watching from Isle of Man. Well, if you guys don't know, too, we were talking about it earlier, but here's the official poster: Seattle 9-Ball Open coming to Ox Billiards, September 6 through 8.
Yeah, first time anyone's seen it other than the people who are on it.
Yeah, pretty sweet. We got Tyler Steyer there, Oscar Dominguez. They're both confirmed. We got some other pros, I think, in the works, hoping they're going to make it. Dan Louie on the left part of your screen, the man, the myth, the legend here from the Pacific Northwest. And Daniel Sardencilio, local player here in the Northwest and sponsored player by Ox, right?
Yeah, tight little impactful poster there. We got to be proud of our Q sports community up here, and happy to throw a lot of Seattle themed images up on the poster. Like a black sun in the upper left. The sculpture by the Asian Art Museum. You look right through it, and it's the Seattle Space
the
Needle.
Space Needle out in the distance, right? Yeah, very nice. Must have been fun making that poster, huh, Mike?
Yeah. We work with Init, which is a great company to work with. They see the world kind of like we do, so we get along.
Good stuff. Well, looks like second match over on table 2 is tied up 1-1. Bo brings it level, but he scratches in the break over there, so that's going to be an interesting situation. I guess we have to find out if they're doing the round robin style or not. That's going to be still an open question. But so far, it's looking all Prathamesh on this one. Ben comes up short on the safety. Or no, I think he was trying to cut the one, probably. By the looks of it, yeah.
Something went wrong. We can't tell if it was a miss or a safety.
Yeah, I took my eye off the shot for a second. I don't remember how they started, so this is a decent opener for Prathamesh. I think he can swing this ball 3 rails and either come underneath the 2 and shoot the 2 in the upper right corner. And he's looking at where he's putting his hand right there. See if he can put enough left spin to get that cue ball down to that part of the short rail. If he can really zip it with a lot of low, he can try to get around the 2 and shoot it to the right, lower right corner, but that's not really necessary, I think. Just taking his time on this situation. It's an interesting layout. 6 ball is the most interesting part of the rack, I'd say. So got the right angle to come over for the 3s. He's going to have kind of that off angle blind cut into the upper right corner pocket. So my tendency personally is to overcut this ball because I'm trying to get too much shape out of the ball typically. It's also kind of like that black on the spot blind cut where you can't really see the pocket cleanly in the line of sight. It's a good shot for Prathamesh. It's looking solid on this one. You got a favorite to win this little 4-person tournament, Mike? Oh, I think we lost Mike. We must be going and checking out situation over there. Good angle on the 4. Wants to get close to this left side pocket so he can kind of just stop or slightly stun down towards 6 off of the 5. I'd even just take a stop shot on the 5. Bit too much angle here though, so he's gonna probably, yeah, he's looking away. It was definitely a chance to get primo position on that 5 ball, but didn't quite get the right line. Now he's either gonna be crashing into these balls. It's a little bit risky. I don't know, what do we like here? Cannon into this 9 ball full in the face and just stop your ball there. Also pretty risky. Gotta get the line just right. Yeah, he tried to hit that 9. Doesn't clip it. Doesn't move it at all. So now he's going to be hooked on this 6. You can see that evidence by he kind of overcut the ball, and from the 4 ball actually ended up, or the 5 ball, sorry, the purple 5 ball ended up rattling the jaws of the pocket and still dropping in. So I think had he caught that into the thicker part of the pocket, would have gotten much closer to nudging that 9 ball. Looks like he's calling the 10, or he's calling the bank on the 6. He's going to kick bank this 6 to the lower left, or at least attempt to. Ooh, I would have liked that, actually. Call the 10 into the lower right. Looks like they're... Yeah, it looks like Ben is asking if he's spotting the ball. Yeah, they spot the ball on the spot. Yeah, that's right. Don't know if early 10s count. I imagine they do as long as they're called. Typical 10-ball rules, I would assume. Ben Dwan misses one there. Just overcuts that, and that's the type of shot, or that's the way you miss on these Rasson typically, these Rasson tables. Catching that close jaw after either at a high speed or after the rails have sort of dampened the slide. Those definitely stay up. I think Proth can get through to this. It looks close. If not, he can just ever so slightly swerve it. He looks okay. Just needs a bump on that 9. That's a little unfortunate there. Did a good job there to kind of clip it thin, almost rail first. Get the 6 to send the cue ball back towards the 7. Try to shoot the 7 in the same pocket, but now 7-8 kick combination. Oh no, you can see it. I lied. Oh no, he's a snooker player. I forgot he's playing the safety. Watch out, cue ball. I think he's got him. Nope. Looks close. This angle looks like the 8 is just barely in the way, but I think you can at least see the edge of the 7. If not, make it. Yeah, you can see the full ball. He overcut it, so not able to get started, Ben. Needs a good opener, I think, or a good break to sort of get his engine started. He hasn't really had a decent chance, or would have seen at least a few balls go down, I imagine. Here's that vintage Prathamesh address of the cue ball, far left outside the tip, and kind of comes into center. Misses that one. Got you back in the booth, Mike?
Yep. That one didn't squirt as much as he thought it would.
Yeah. I noticed that it's very apparent on the snooker table too when he has that tip way out there. Almost isn't addressing the ball.
Yeah, and the balls move more dramatically on the snooker table because they're so small. So like a tip out of center is a tip and a half out of center on a pool ball.
Now this was the starter that Ben Dwan needed. Nice easy one. A little bit overran on this position, but it should be easy just to draw his cue ball back a few
Just don't overhit it.
feet. He's gonna go forward actually. This works too. Yeah, just enough angle to cheat the pocket, but
That cushion is bouncy. I tend to follow the ball a lot on those shots because my draw is terrible, and if you're not hitting that follow correctly, you end up in this thin position.
yeah, it's a big thing. Look at this cut though.
Ooh.
Oh, just overcuts it. It's the way of these tendency of these Rasson tables that sort of cushion angle is a little bit taller you would see on a blue label diamond, so kind of sandwiches the ball under the cushion, and it kind of causes the rebound action to come off a little bit more than maybe what you're used to seeing on a diamond. So plays honestly more like a red label diamond if You know what I mean?
Both tables
Wow.
are on the 10 ball.
What's that?
Both tables are on the 10 ball right now, and Aman is now up 3-1. And Prathamesh had a chance to be up 3-0.
Yeah, you try to cheat the pocket thick there and miss drawing out of the scratch position. But I think the shot there actually was to overcut the ball. Don't know if he could have actually made it and missed the corner pocket up in the top. Oh no, and a miss from Ben as well.
He threw his body into that.
Yeah, killer shot on table 2 though on the shot from Aman to get from the 9 to the 10. You guys check it out over on YouTube channel. I think table 2 just shot it. Position was pretty sweet at a long distance 9-ball cut. I'm just watching it here on my screen. It says no gimme here though. Got to slice this in. Confidence. Catches it thick into the rail. And it does get... No, it could have been more weird. Think you can avoid the scratch?
Yeah, that's, if it's on the cushion, it's hard to avoid that scratch.
Caught it thick and he still avoided it. Yeah, so I think that was good. So gets on the board. Ben Duan, 1-2. So race to 11, huh? Might be here a little while. It's all right. Yeah, like we said, you guys did a little bit of a tester of a stream with both tables going, but make sure you guys tune in. Exciting event for us. First time hosting a World 9-Ball Tour ranking event, September 6th through 8th. Make sure you guys tune in and check it out. Might have some special guests in the booth, from what I remember.
Yeah,
It's going to be a big one, though.
It's going to be a great production there with you behind the scenes and on the mic with, like you said, some special guests. So really looking forward to it. And as you can all see, these tables need reclothing. And they'll be reclothed in about 11 days.
About 11 days?
Yeah, in about 11 days. I don't
Wow,
know,
that's
what's
pretty
today,
soon.
The 2nd? Yeah, something like that.
I think there might be a warm-up tournament happening, right? Is Shu Cheng running a tournament
There is.
post-table clothing just in preparation for the event?
Yeah, I believe August 31st, 32-person limit. It's already been capped, so you could get on the wait list. It will be the WNT 9-ball rules, so it should be a nice little warm-up for some who didn't go to Spokane, and everybody did go to Spokane. Best of luck. Represent Seattle well.
Yeah, unfortunate that it conflicts with other tournaments, but sometimes you can't get around it.
Nope. It's the way it is.
Yeah, and like you said, it's already filled up too, so I think all of the folks can probably make it to the other event who missed a sign up here.
Yeah, we never want to step on anybody's toes like that, but it's just the way it worked out. So, and I'm glad that Shu Cheng brought it up. So I always love when people want to come up and do their ideas, throw ideas out there, and get it done at Ox. We're always open.
Yeah, sort of a beta testing of sorts.
That's not bad. He's a little straight.
Yeah, the problem with this 3-ball is it doesn't really have a pocket
He's got that.
into any of the corners, so he's going to have to draw this key ball back or play a combination next. Mike Garrett saying keep racking and rocking. Thanks for the stream, guys. Having a great day. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Smash the like button with running side. I like it. It's a cue to everybody else who's watching. Smash the like button, especially with running side.
It's a cue to
Sure.
everybody.
Yeah. Tricky spot here. This is kind of a long distance combo to take on for the 7. It's not my favorite, but it's almost kind of that shot where if you make the 3, you'll make the combo if you get it in the heart of the pocket. So he might take it on, but I think the safety's a prudent shot. Yeah. The safety's not that difficult either. Would have been real dubious if he gets behind the 6 and glues him, but it's still plenty difficult. If you can't see the left edge, it's pretty tough actually.
He seems to think he can get by the brown without rubbing off the 6, so he might not have a terrible look at it. We can just keep the 3 up there and bring the cue ball down behind any
think
of
so.
those 3.
Yeah, I think you're right. Looks like he's going for it. Careful not to leak the 3 too close to the
You
corner.
gotta separate those.
I think this 3 ball cuts now.
Yeah. Might squeak under the green for the
Yeah, that-
position.
That nick off of the 3, I like separating the cue ball there and sending it way down table and at least leaving a long distance shot if you sell out the 3 instead of doing such a rub shot. Oh, overcuts it and gets away with it. But yeah, more and more I've learned in these 9-foot tables that distance is your friend when playing safe.
Okay.
Wow, look at this return. I think the 3 is a little too close to the pocket, although I think it is a 1 pocket shot. You can kind of cross bank this 3 towards the 7. It's a little tricky because you got to load it up with left hand side and draw to avoid the scratch and avoid overcutting 3. Calling it, looks like maybe 3 rails. So he's playing the kick shot, short side. Good contact to hit the 3 first on that because you can easily go rail first and send the 3 up table and not get a rail. So
That looks
at
like
least
a
no
clean.
foul, but a good starter for Ben here. Gonna see how good his controlled draw stroke is. He hit that almost as good as he could have hit it. And for that distance. Yeah, nice shot. It's looking good. Ben wants that one back. Once again, caught that ball thick to the pocket. Same pocket as earlier where he just caught that inside jaw too soon. This is the wrong angle for the 7, but got 2 options. He can send it around the rails or just try to hold it somewhere in the middle of the table. 7 balls over the pocket, so
Yeah,
no issues here.
not hard to get to.
It's loading it up with left. Maybe go 2 cushions or just send it around. Yeah, 2 cushions is fine. So it really just comes down to this 9 to 10 position. As a left-hander, I like being more angle on the 9, but as a right-hander, you probably want to be right behind this 9 ball. Kind of just do a short half-table draw somewhere close to the left side pocket, and you should be out. Don't get too far away from this 9 ball. This is the lefty shot because you can kind of stretch over the table on the other long rail. So it's going to be a bit of a stretch here for Prathamesh. Now I might go forward 3 cushions on this. Forward 3 rails into the middle of the table. I think trusting too much of a draw stroke on this could send the cue ball kind of to no man's land for the 10 ball. Make you have a thin cut. Hey, Kelso in the chat. What's up, Kelso? He's saying, let's go Ben Dwan, my teammate. Yeah, I heard you guys had a big tournament win this past weekend. Or was it last weekend? Mini Mosconi? Oh, he decided to play the right side of it. Nice shot. Especially with the bridge. Yeah, congrats, Kelso. You, I think it was Kelso, Ben Dwan, Jing Liu, and Francis Cho, I think was the 4-person Mini Mosconi team, from what I remember. I think they took that tournament down. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, well done.
And a good out there from Prathamesh. Good use of the bridge. Goes up 3-1. We'll just drop this here again and as the player's rack.
Oh, you did. Sorry.
I think so. Something went for sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Three ball.
Okay.
Three ball.
All right, might be a chance for Ben to get going here. This is a long race, so, and it's also very early, so no time to panic for Ben. But you can't leave shots like that. Yeah, that kind of just went straight off the get-go. Didn't really have the throw he was expecting, and if you don't hit those long rail shots on these pockets correctly, though, you will stay on that big shelf. Proth just trying to work out where he wants to go to take a look at the purple. Kelso in the Facebook chat saying he was the MVP of his team. Way to go, Kelso. Sounds like a very strong team. Is that safe enough? Looks like he may have a shot on this. The camera always lies. And even if he doesn't, it's a small swerve. He wants to, he might even jump over a little bit of the ball. Looks like he's gonna probably try to just hop over that left side of the green ball. His left. Anybody out there want to give some jump lessons? I'm in need of lessons on how to jump. I can definitely swerve this shot, but I don't know what to do with a jump cue. But here we go. He doesn't need the whole ball. He did jump over the whole ball and just got too far, contacted the the purple too far on the right and just off the table.
All right, we're back. Missed the jump shot. Oh, man.
Yeah. Proth has the throw in.
Struggles continue for Ben.
It was a tough purple ball to get to from where he was looking, and he ended up kind of getting tough on it, and Proth Merstedes played safe on that purple for Ben and got rewarded for this pretty lineup for himself.
Ooh, he worked the angle on that shot. Wow, he got everything he could there. Just about cheated the pocket as much as there was. He tends to shoot that a lot. I think I talked to him about it in snooker as well. He prefers the sort of hard, stun, higher speed type shots as opposed to rolling his cue ball. I think it gets him in trouble on the pool table sometimes, but he seems to do pretty well at it in snooker. Oh, Kelso's saying that the whole team said he was MVP? Or what was it?
I can
felt like
see
he
that.
wasn't, but he won when it counted,
Yeah.
and they ended up winning the match or winning the tournament. I think I actually played on that same team with Kelso and Ben and Jing, but Francis took my spot, I guess, this year, and they ended up winning it. So maybe I was the loose cog or the loose wheel in the machine that last year. But it's a fun event that Ed Slade puts on up there in Everett. He runs out of two different bars. I think one is Soundview and one is Players Club. And they play a sort of mini Moscone style. You play a 3-person or 4-person Moscone Cup team, but you're playing one rack at a time. Doubles, singles. It's a good time. It's a fun tournament. Would like to be straighter, but this is a rotation player's 9-ball. If there ever was a bread and butter shot, sort of a la Spotted Black type situation. Good shot there from Proth. He's using those 2 rails out of the corner. Little known tactic for you players out there. If you come into that short rail kind of at a 45 or with some running spin as well, you can hit that ball at a lot higher pace, knowing that you won't scratch, because you go 2 rails out of the corner and you hit that 3rd rail up by where the coin is on the top left part of your screen, and you almost never scratch unless you get wildly off on your spin. So what else we have coming up? We have the Seattle 9-Ball Open. I think end of end of August, we're going to be doing the live stream for the Embassy Open. We're at Embassy Billiards down in Los Angeles area. That's going to be a big event. I think 7.5K first prize, I believe.
Yeah, I think I read something. It was over 1,400 prize pot. So yeah, they're doing a great job down there as usual over at Embassy.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Stephen Wong. He's
Hard
setting up his
worker.
own live stream situation as well, and hopefully we get to leverage that while we're down there. Me and David Burney are going to be coming down, doing the stream. Should be a lot of fun. I think a few previous amateur champions are going to be in the mix. I think Canadian amateur champion, U.S. amateur champion of the past. Should be a great event.
Yeah,
Look at this
it's
shot
always
from
good to
Prost.
see that there's clubs out there that put the investment into their live streaming, the quality cameras they have, and so yeah. And I know that it's going to only improve up here with a few clubs that we've been talking to. No spoilers, but yeah, I do love that Stephen is working so hard down there to promote the game of snooker. Is Andy McCloskey playing in that? The winner of the SSO.
Yeah, I think he is signed up for that. He said, or when he was here, he said he was going to bring it
Perfect.
if given the chance. I think
A lot of favorites.
that should be good.
It'll be fun to watch, you guys.
Yeah. I think. Let me see the player. I can pull up who Steven has name dropped in our little side chat we have going.
Only amateurs, he says.
Only amateurs. All right, he says 2023 U.S. national champion Darren Taylor, which we streamed that. He won that at Embassy. As Proth overcuts this ball. 2024 Canadian champion Wei Gao. I think also goes by Carter. U.S. Q Tour champion Hassanain Khalid Al Sultani. It looks like he won the Q Tour stop probably at California Billiards or California Snooker. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, we only had one last year. We should have two
Yeah.
this year, but so far we've only had Arizona.
Three-time U.S. national champion Sargon Isaac as well is going to be in there, and previous pro player from 2001 to 2002 snooker tour professional Levi Myler. So it looks like there's going to be a pretty tough field. I also think, I'm not sure if who was BC Open champion, tall guy. I forgot his name.
Albert Lee? No,
Yeah, Albert Kenny.
Albert Kenny.
I think he might have signed up or dropped or is going to sign up. I'm not sure, but that would be another good player to put in the mix over here in the North American scene.
And don't forget
Now,
about the
Ben?
Northwest Cup that's coming up. Talking about things that are coming up. The Northwest Cup women's and men's qualifier will be here at Ox.
That's right. We're hosting a qualifier. Ed Slade's hosting the qualifier for the men's and women's positions. So now he's taking it out of his own hands and giving it to the players. It's pretty cool to see. More and more qualifiers. I think there'll be 3 spots that'll be chosen in that case, right?
I like it, honestly.
I mean, it honestly, honestly. So, it was almost a no-brainer to me to make the NWPA Tour stop automatically the qualifier. That could be a good way to sort of qualify for player. Use the tour stop that we have here at Ox for the NWPA Tour, and the winner of that, or the highest ranking Washington member of that tournament, would automatically qualify for the Northwest Cup. That could be a good way to combine the two, but it's good to see at least a qualifier set up for it.
Nice shot there, Ben. Yeah, I guess you
really
would have
good
to
shot.
control their Fargo rating because there is a range that Ed wants to meet with the woman player.
Oh, that's right. I did not think about that.
But
Good point.
But still, not a terrible idea if you were to give the NWPA Tour champion maybe some
Yeah.
love. But I do like the women's qualifier because if you're only giving one spot away to the women's qualifier, then it's really hard for the the top players playing well year after year get a shot to play back-to-back years, because there is that only one spot, which is in my mind a minimum one spot, but it tends to be just the one spot. So if you have a qualifier, then you have the same person 2 years in a row. They earned it rather than being selected. So I do like what Ed and Lippman have done. Is Lippman in charge of that, or is it just Ed?
I don't know, actually. It might be kind of a rule change in between. I know Mike Littman has set some rules on the tour in terms of, requirements of how many players are of each gender, etc. But I think the qualifying spot, at least I think last year, was added as a rule, if I remember correctly, from Mike Littman. So it could be that this is just a new requirement, or that Ed just chose to double down kind of on the qualifier requirement. I mean, he got a great player out of it for last year's team. Who was it? Joe Tamura, right? Or no?
Yep.
No, it was. Sorry, it wasn't Joe. It was Craig Dumo. He got the spot last year, right?
Craig Dumo. The year before was.
Yeah, year before was Joe, and I feel like both players honestly performed above their gear at certain crucial points in each of those tournaments, and Washington won both of those events too. So I think it's a good idea to have that qualifier. And so, yeah, if you guys are interested in playing for Team Washington, I think all you need is to have a Washington driver's license, right?
Yeah.
So there'll be 2 spots being given away as long as you fit in the Fargo rate ranges. It's gonna be women's only spot and then open spot. So get ready for those. What are the dates for those again, Mike?
You caught me.
You don't know? Okay, that's all right.
End of August for the women's. So I believe that is around the 24th, 28th. I can get that date. And then for the men's, it'll be mid-September, I believe. So, yeah, let me double check that.
Yeah, I'm just looking through our previous posts. How could we miss? Speaking of things coming up, about 1 week away, we've got the probably the event of the year, or the event of every year.
Yeah.
So far here at Ox for women's side, World Women's Snooker. Winecellars.com brings it back, the U.S. Open.
Yeah, man.
Here at Ox Billiards.
We're very proud of this tournament as well, and it's a well-run tournament by Mr. Hart and Hewart and Diana Shula, and they do such a wonderful job here. All the players coming from around the world. We have 9 countries represented in this year's 3rd edition. But yeah, it's a ranking tournament, so we'll have players from America being ranked snooker players on the WPBSA and WWS. And
yeah, world ranked players. It's going to be pretty sweet.
Karin, I got to double check this, but I do remember the last time I looked was Karin was ranked up there. So I'm not sure if she's in the top anymore because of Francis, but we got to double check. But you cannot get your ratings higher if you don't play, and both of those players are in. So we'll see how far they climb. And it's always this tournament is always around Ox's birthday. So Ox was an August 28th baby, and so we're always going to have that tournament close to our anniversary.
Yeah, it's really cool. Starting to build the history, at least now. Little by little.
Although we might want to think about that for the future, because the hotel prices in the summer in Seattle are just detrimental. Like,
that's true.
They're just unbelievably high. Like, it's not even funny, because we have we're gonna do something fancy for our anniversary, and it would have cost around $500 a night to go to a hotel worth anything. And that's a ton of money, man. I mean, if these players are coming in for 5 nights, and we can get them a nice deal at the Silver Cloud, and Sonder Inn has some good rates, but it's debilitating for the tour.
Yeah, it definitely makes it tough. So it makes you wonder if maybe we'll switch that around in the future. Who knows?
Yeah. The other thing that we have to contend with is this is the start of the season, so we're kind of at it at the beginning. So I don't know if there would be room later on in the year to add us. So,
I see. When does the World Women's Snooker Tour usually run?
starts with us. It runs about, I don't know, a few months. Let me get that. Oh, we're both sharing this computer.
I feel like it doesn't it end like sometime in the early part of next year?
Yeah.
Is the World Championship?
It is
something
a
like that.
longer tour. Yeah.
Okay.
The women's. But they've expanded it year after year after year. They're bringing in more countries, and it's just a very exciting thing that Matt is doing. He's nonstop.
Yeah, it's awesome. Here's the poster if you guys are interested in checking it out. We will be doing a live stream for this as well coming up this weekend. Going to be a great event. Hopefully we do maybe a little bit of a two-table setup again. Who knows? But at least one live stream match. It's going to be a great event. Hopefully get some of the big names out there as well. I think Bex Ken is confirmed as well, from what I remember.
Mink and Anyi will be
Mink
back.
and Anyi are confirmed. They will be back. It's awesome to hear.
And then after the tournament, Mink will head down to Embassy and do an exhibition. So she's getting a little bit more bang for her buck this trip, which is always great to see.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so back to the match. Ben won, Claus won back 2-4. Brought the match with a couple mistakes. Was looking pretty hot and pretty consistent up until I think that missed ball up in the top right corner on that three and a couple of missed positions. But I imagine Fargo wise, these players are pretty even. I don't remember Ben's Fargo, but I think he's somewhere in that low 600 range, just like Proth. These do play different though, these 9-footers, from most of the robustness you gain on your Fargo rate. So got to take that a little bit into account. Of these two players, Prathamesh is a member, right? So he's going to have a bit of an advantage when it comes to knowledge of the table and how things play here.
So I got Ben as a 606 with a almost $1,400 robustness.
Yeah, it sounds pretty much spot on with what Proth probably has. About what I expected.
Yeah, they're three apart. Prathamesh has 609.
Looks like our TV table 2 now has a score of 5-2 in the favor of Aman Sunar over Bo Bologna.
Yeah, they're moving
Table-
quick on that table.
Yeah, table 2 action. I think Aman is a real quick shooter from what I remember, but they're only one game ahead. But about to finish what is now the 7th or 8th rack, I guess. Bo in general too shoots pretty quick. He's on a good line and keeps his position.
So in the YouTube chat, Pool of Champions says, I've never seen Ben shoot, but I'm predicting a comeback from him.
All right.
I think that's fair to say. I mean, someone's going to go through a lull, then the other person has to take advantage of it.
Yeah, especially when they're so evenly matched. I mean, bound to happen. And a good shot on the 6 ball sets them up nicely. Needed to bump that 10 just enough to get a look at the 7, and I think he's good. He's in kind of a strange-ish angle. He can kind of go either way. Inside high ball or sort of stun with some right-hand spin to go 1 rail up toward the 7 or to this 8, or 2 rails out of this left corner. Pointing his finger on the rail, the classic pool player point. Looks like he's thinking about the outside spin shot, but he's kind of in between both of them. Yeah, he's playing, maybe even he's thinking short side. Okay. Loaded up with a bunch of high right. Send it around the 10, 2 rails. Play for the short side on the 8. No, just chooses to take his medicine. The 8's the one in the top right corner, right? Yeah. So do or die shot here for Ben Dwan. And that's going to be a player option. So this is a tough one. Do you give this back if you're Prathamesh, or do you swing?
I would go for the shot.
Yeah, this is a tough one to take though, because
Yeah.
the percentage on this shot is actually pretty low for most people if you've never really practiced this shot on the rail. There's a really fun drill you can try where, you know, you set the ball on the spot that you're cutting, and then you run the cue ball and you put the cue ball on the rail on every diamond and take every shot into any pocket and try that around the entire table on every single diamond. And this is kind of that shot, but the one on the one diamond is pretty low percentage. Does give it back. So I guess in this case, it was the right shot for Prathamesh. Yeah, Pool of Champions saying got to give it back if they're a 600. Yeah,
That's
I
a good
mean,
point.
it's kind of a toss-up. You kind of have to know your opponent a little bit too. Doesn't seem like Ben is maybe quite at a high enough gear at the moment to knock that ball in. He wasn't far off though, so
I think it's because I take every shot from the cushion. I have such terrible. Oh, that was a miscue. Sounded like.
yeah, bad miscue. Left straight in 10 into the right corner. So Ben gets away with one if he can sink this 10 ball, steal the match, or steal the rack. I mean, match has still got plenty of room to go.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Pittman? Oh no, you can't do that.
No. Had Matt Pittman,
can't.
the Aussie, in the chat saying Prathamesh jabbed at it, and Ben concedes that rack.
Prathamesh is at the halfway point to the hill. I think
Yeah.
there's still plenty of time.
I think he's definitely the stronger looking of the two players so far, but I don't know if he's 5'2" so far stronger. But yep, make sure you guys get ready. Seattle 9-Ball Open coming to Ox Billiards next weekend. We've got the Wine Cellars Women's U.S. Open snooker tournament. I'm excited for this one. It's gonna be fun. I wish I could be there this year again. It's a good time. The after party is also very much worth it.
Yeah, we try to treat the players well. I know they've come from a long way, and after such a stressful few days, it's good to just kick off your shoes and have a good time.
Oh, we got Matt Pittman in the chat. Hey, Matt, your PC components are getting put to work in this one. We got 2 streams going. Check it out. Table 2 action on YouTube. Go check it out. Bo Bologna and Aman Sunar are playing their match over there. It's 5-3. Aman is leading. Looking good so far. This is a good starter for Ben. Just a nice little stop shot. Kind of tic-tac-toe here a bit. All the way down to the 6, I think. Just wants to get a little bit of angle on the 5. It looks pretty nice here. 5 should pass in between the 2 dark colored balls, the 8 and the 10. Lower left corner. Wants to get pretty straight on it as well. This is probably the easiest layout we've seen after the break. Just gotta make sure he takes advantage of it. 7 to 8 can be a little tricky though. So this shot has to be precise. It's kind of on the wrong side of the 7. So now we're going to see a bit of a tester on this 8 ball coming up. It's a very natural position though to lead to the 9. 2 rails around it. Kind of hit where that coin is on the 3rd diamond after the short rail. Or close to it at least. Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah, well done.
think he can just do a little stun run through or just stop it. Kind of kill shot there. Decides to run forward a bit, but he should be fine. Makeable 10 ball. And knocks in the break and run from Ben Dwan. So a little bit of resurgence in his match for Ben after missing that 10 ball up into the lower right corner, I think.
Yeah.
Break and run response. Well done.
So for the pool of champions in the YouTube chat, he's asking if there are any returning players from the U.S. Women's Snooker Open last year. And there's always a rotation of players, yeah. So the people who are coming from overseas, I think they're all coming back except for Jacque is not coming back. She's one of the Hong Kong players.
Okay.
It was with Anyi, but we are getting Tessa Davison to come in and play. We have Marianne McConnell who's returning. We got Mink.
Oh.
We have, of course, Bex and Anyi are returning. We have Francis who's returning. Of course, Jamie Miller who's returning, and Karen. So we're having a lot of returning players, and we're also having players that just have life issues, and everyone gets busy, and the summertime is hard to get a date open for snooker. So some players who have played are not returning, but the majority of them are, and we're seeing new faces.
Yeah, excited to get Tessa Davidson. That should be awesome to see her play.
Late entry, very late. Better late than never. But yeah, I'm
That's
excited
true.
to have her. She is a WPBSA coach. I believe
That's
she's
right.
level 3 or 4. She's really up there. So here's your time to come and learn some snooker.
Awesome to see. I think everybody on the poster is going to be there, right?
Yes. What would have been if, we always ask this, right? What would have been if Ben had made that 10 ball before the break and run? It would have been 4-4.
Yeah, 2-point swing for sure. It's always costly, those missed money balls, especially when they're really pretty makeable. Those hurt the most. Difficult cut shot there. He was really close to his work, stretched out, had to use the extension. A lot of pool players, they don't like to use the bridge. Now, I'm not saying it's
Not guaranteed.
a bad thing, but I think it might benefit a lot of players to learn how to use a bridge a bit more. Or shoot off-handed, either one. There's still certain shots, though, you always need to use the bridge. You heard of the what's the tradition at Buffalo's? Do you know that place, Buffalo Bills in New Orleans?
No, I don't. Are you talking about a pool hall or?
Yeah, it's a pool hall. So it's a pool hall in New Orleans that's
Nothing to do with
kind of, it's known for its one pocket gambling scene. I think it's home to Tony Chohan. I think he plays out of there. He's the pro. And the one rule that you'll probably only see there is that you can actually get up on the table. There is no foot on the ground rule when playing one pocket.
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen some screenshots, right, of players up on the table, jacked up over a ball and kind of kneeling on the table, etc., to try to get any angle. I guess in that case, you really don't ever need to use a bridge, right?
No, you don't. Just
I'd
pull out
like
your
to see
putter.
how often do they refill out the tables, though, is the other question.
Yeah, I was going to say they must have a mechanic on staff.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad shot there, Ben.
Yeah, nice little safety. That's one of those safeties that kind of goes undervalued, too, because it's a very high percentage safety. Really not that hard to mess up. You kind of just have to roll the ball up there. Your speed, your error for speed is pretty high, and you really make your opponent work for it. So in a long race like this to 11, if your opponent's constantly having to kick and think about this and that, it could be a way to kind of wear them down over time, especially when you're playing in a long match or a long tournament and it's the finals. It can be a pretty good tactic. And table 2, I just saw Amon knocks down the 10. He goes up 6-3 against Bo in a race to 11 over on table 2. You guys can check out that action over on our YouTube page. How do we start this run out? I think I personally like just rolling this 2 ball into the lower right past the pink 4. That's what he's lining up now.
Let's get a natural
Does-
angle on the 3.
Yeah, just don't get straight.
Hey, Bo, how's it going? James can help you.
We've got Jay Separis watching from the Philippines. Welcome, welcome. Let us know where you guys are watching from. And if you're liking the content, drop us a like, subscribe to the chat, share out the stream to some folks. It's a little impromptu sort of test stream that we've been doing for trying out a 2-table setup, and so far so good. Table 2's working like a charm. Amon and Bo are over there.
Yeah, I always look forward to those Facebook messages. It's a group message from Bo, and it says, "Hey guys," you always know that they have a good idea coming up. So,
Match incoming.
yeah, it's like, let's do it. Also testing out the new studio of sorts. Seems okay. I don't know if you guys can hear the jibber jabber at the snack shop. But before we didn't have much of a barrier, and so you can hear almost everybody order whatever they want.
Yeah. Little by little, well, we'll add a little
Yeah.
soundproofing here and there over time, and it'll only get better. Definitely an improvement in terms of workspace, though, right? You got a nice little desk now.
Yeah, that other thing was just out of need. We had so much going on, and we're like, this is going to have to do. And then we finally, in other areas, kind of settled in, and we're able to like improve bit by bit.
Yeah. Looking at this, wants to get underneath the 5 if he can to kind of send it up table, but doesn't want that scratch. It's always the risk with that 2-rail kick, catching it just too thin.
He didn't leave him
Wants to
much.
catch it full in the face and send it up table, but unlucky there.
So he's just going to go to the left middle here.
Yeah, you might be playing it safe if you're playing the 3-foul rule. It's not a bad choice. And the safety I like playing in this case, if you have ball in hand, is not sending the 5 away, but instead thinning off the edge of the 5, keeping it near that 8 ball, and then sending the cue ball between maybe the 7 and the 10 up table to the right, top right corner of the table somewhere, making your opponent really have to come with a weird kick shot, and then hopefully leaving the ball there so that later you can send it away and play sort of that third killer safety dead behind the 8 ball. But I think he's playing offense here. Once again, a little bit of a jab stroke, but gets enough space.
Yeah, it was perfect for a double kiss or a double tap. So probably thinking about avoiding that foul. And just kind of poked it. We have somebody watching from the Philippines. Hello, Jay. Welcome. How's the weather? It's warm and muggy here in Seattle. How is it in Virginia?
Definitely also warm and muggy. I think it was 95 today, Fahrenheit.
Oh my God.
I think it's a excess heat warning going on this part of the country. I think East Coast Virginia area. We're in the midst of summer, so this is the peak as far as I understand. So wants to draw this ball back. I lied. Likes to stun the ball instead. Nice shot there. Good control. Now probably gonna play the 9-ball up table. Just roll this 8-ball forward. Nice natural angle for it in the side. Plenty of options. This might be 6-3, 6-3 action on both tables pretty soon here.
Yeah, that break and run really helped the speed of this match.
Yeah, it caught us up a bit. I think Bo also had a bit of a player break. So now back in the action. He has an angle. He might roll forward here. Yeah, looks pretty good. Bit far, but this is a favorite to make this 10 still. Knocks it down. 6-3 Prathamesh.
Bring up break.
And here's another flash of that poster we have. First time reveal. Seattle 9-Ball Open at Ox Billiards, September 6th through 8th. About a month away. It's going to be real exciting stuff. And for those of you snooker heads, the summer of snooker continues with our last big event of the summer at Ox Billiards. The Wine Cellars U.S. Women's Snooker Open, 9th through 11th, coming up next weekend. And do tune in over here on our channel. We're going to be live on the Embassy Open coming up at the end of August. A lot of snooker action left and some big pool tournaments coming up. I think U.S. Open pool tournament is going to be happening. 9-Ball Open is going to be happening soon as well. Should be pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, looks like Prathamesh gave us we're taking a break.
All right, so a little player break. Go tune into our second match table. Mon playing against Bo. This table is, oh no.
Man,
He
that
avoids the
was
scratch.
close.
This table
Way to
is
use the
live on
whole
our
table.
second live stream over on YouTube if you guys are interested in watching that one full time. No commentary, just muted stream. Do check that out.
So these
So
tables
far-
are going to look different, and after the next 2 weeks, they're going to have gray cloth from Andy's Premier Cloth. Going to miss the blue, but I think the gray is going to be a welcome change. I think it's going to make the room look nice, and the balls will pop on the screen.
Yeah, it should be fun. And Andy Cloth as well is going to be interesting. I definitely played on it before, and it plays pretty well. I've heard it doesn't quite age as well as Smonis in the long term, but we'll put it to the test and see. We do a great job of cleaning up the tables every session. A little vacuum action does wonders to keeping the tables clean and super fast. As you can see there, it just zipped around the table. And this table is about a year old.
That's it. 6 months old.
6 months old? Yeah, wow.
No, but I'm really looking forward to it, to tell you the truth. I've gotten some really good props for changing to Andy Cloth and numerous pros that are playing in the WNT event. So it is not, well, let me just say quality is ubiquitous at this point, and I know that Andy does tons of testing, so I know that their improvement happens really fast. And from what I hear, that this cloth will play well from the get-go. You're not going to have a bunch of slipping and sliding, and it should wear well the way we take care of the equipment. We polish the balls after every session, clean balls, clean table. Every night they get a vacuum, so that we're not like pushing the chalk pumice and brushing it into the cloth. We're actually removing it from the table completely. And then as long as people wash their hands while they use the template rack, You won't get those little grease pits.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a perfect partnership. It's going to be a great event. I'm excited to try out the cloth too when I get there.
They do
heard really
snooker
good things, and they've, the pros have played on this stuff for a long time now. I know we saw it at Griff's a long time, over at the U.S. Open 10-ball, 8-ball events. There's a couple of pool halls over here in Virginia that use Andy cloth, and they say it's a really great option. Yeah, heard a lot of good things though. As you can see there, title sponsor as well, right?
QTech would be our top sponsor. Andy Cloth is our materials sponsor.
Nice.
And of course, we have other sponsors that have helped us out. So, as you said earlier, it's a great community, and we want to work with companies and people who feel the same way we do and want to support what we do. We are not a big fish. We do things well, but we are coming of age, I believe, and I think that those companies that want to get behind us, we will absolutely support them. It's a tough shot. That was a tough angle. Oh,
Ouch. So this is a pretty crucial shot here for this rack. Luckily, he has ball in hand. It's going to be moving this cue ball around. Imagine at least a few rails, or at least a couple rails, I should say. Yeah, 2, 3 cushions. Watch out, 7. Did not want that contact. For that reason specifically, I was wondering if he had a better chance at playing the low outside spin shot, but the angle here is a little bit tough to tell. I think players are getting ready to start back up again on table 1. So we'll check back in, but if you guys want to keep watching this match, it is live on our YouTube channel. Drop a link in the chat. Check out table 2 action. It's going to be available only on our YouTube.
what a recovery by Bo.
Wow, yeah, great shot. Perfect in this 3-ball. Well, not quite perfect, but pretty darn good.
Pretty darn
based on where he was sitting.
Yeah.
It's going to have to take this 4 past the points of the side pocket, and it's going to be a little risky, but yeah, I've linked the video in the chat if you guys want to watch that stream. We're going to go back to our table 1 action as Ben Duan gets ready to break off here. 3-6 down to Prathamesh Sawant. Back from a break, and we saw what he can do from the break in that previous one. Can he get a nice layout again and get a break and run opportunity? It's got a shot at the 1. It's a little bit awkward to get on the 2, but not terrible. Difficult shot to control, but he hit that pretty well. Would have really liked to get straight or lower on this 2. Now he has to kind of work this cue ball or run into the 10. And he's coming around it, and I don't think he's going to like his position. Oh, he just got loose. Fortunate rub there.
Well, Christian, we
Just
have
manages.
got a new member walkthrough today, so I'm going to head out for just a little bit, welcoming another member of the family. So I will
Alrighty.
be back in no time.
Sounds good. Mike Dominguez in the chat, in the room, doing the work here at Ox. We appreciate him. And all the Ox family, all the support we get, all the hard work that goes into this stuff. It's a lot of fun as well. All right, so it looks like he stretched out again, and he doesn't quite have the Q power when he stretched out, at least from evidence from that one shot we saw. Maybe even the accuracy, so this is going to be a crucial shot. If he can get on the 7 ball nicely, he's a favorite to get out, I think. Playing it with a high ball. Choosing to cheat the pocket. Did really well there. This angle on the 8 is going to be pretty important here if he's taking it to the lower left corner. No, he's playing the draw shot there to play one rail across for the 9, so he's going to have to draw this 7 ball back. Might have to go get his extension once again. No, he's okay. A nice controlled draw shot. A little bit short. So now might opt to go around these balls if the angle is right with running left-hand spin. Yeah, he's pointing his stick on the 2 rails where he wants to hit. Can also load it up with inside and check it, but I think this is the more natural play. It's a good shot there from Ben. Gotta stay focused and clean up these 2 balls. This is not an easy shot. Don't want to take it for granted. I think I like rolling forward on this if you can avoid contacting the 10 ball. Just kind of play this 1 rail up. Because he's got a bit more angle than straight on. Choosing to play with a low tip, so it's going to probably draw to the right rail. It actually was straighter than I thought. Okay. And that 10 ball marks a second break and run for Ben Dwan. Nicely done. He goes 4-6. He's still down in the match. But so far, 2 break and runs is nothing to sneeze at. I think he's just maybe missed a couple of the, more crucial or more difficult situations. Didn't miss that 10 ball that was probably a 2-point swing. That definitely was a 2-point swing. That missed 10 ball into the lower right corner early on in the match. Would have made it even. So making a comeback for sure. All right, rack 11. Ready to rock and roll. Let's see if Prathamesh can respond. Doesn't quite hit the rack quite as square, and also kind of hit those balls. A little bit of left spin on the cue ball. You can see it kind of rotating after the break. And that causes these balls to kind of bunch up in different ways. It's going to be a tricky run out if the 6, 8, and 7 are all tied up. tricky spot now for Ben. It's maybe thinking about jacking up. Would have been a frustration shot, I think, if he had just taken that on right away. He's just doing his due process, due diligence.
Cut the mesh.
It's calling the 2 ball on the side. So we're going to see what a 2-rail kick based on this angle. Don't know if he has the angle to shorten that up enough because it's high above the side pocket. Yeah, I figured it was going to go long all day. Don't actually know if that 2-rail kick was possible based on where the cue ball and 2 ball were. I think it would have had to hit the 3rd rail to make contact. So now opens up all the balls. It's a nice layout. I think everything's relatively close to the next ball. Maybe 6 to 7 a little bit tricky, or 5 to 6 a little bit tricky. It just needs an angle on this 4 ball. Yeah, I think he's okay. He's below it. This is the key positional shot, I think, to set up for the 6 to 7 transition. It's a little bit too steep, I think, on this 5 ball. So it's going to send this cue ball around. I might even think about coming 2 rails, stunning this between the 7 and the right long rail. It's a tricky spot. He just came short. If he had been relatively straight, I think this would have been a much easier position. Knowing Proth, he's probably going to be using multiple rails here. Or can he hold it for the 6 in the side? I think he's stunning it. Yeah, 2 rails, 3rd rail. 6 doesn't go past the 9, so he needs to go. And there's that extra bounce off that cushion. Nicely done for Prathamesh. Perfect shot and perfect angle to get on the 7 now. Nice little stun run through or follow shot if you like. Don't get on any rails. Oh, and he caught it thick. He's trying too hard to hold it there. And those are the shots that'll hurt you the most. Not missing the shot beforehand where he went 3-4 rails around. It's missing the easy ones that are, you realize the rack opens up and it's a gimme, and then you all of a sudden lose that little bit of sharpness on the concentration and just undercut that ball. And a nice shot for Ben Dewan. Not easy to control that stun. Get pretty straight on this 7 ball. Chooses to bump the 8 there. I would have liked to try to maybe go forward more. Either roll it 1 rail up and back, or sort of stun run through and play for the 8 in the right middle pocket or upper right corner. So it's not a gimme, but if he can nail this cut shot, I think he's a favorite to win the rack. Line back cut, watch out, cue ball. There's still work to be done, ladies and gentlemen. Good safety there. Smart shot from Ben Dewan. If you're Proth, he's looking at cutting this think it's enough angle to go for this cut. Another half diamond or diamond so thinner, probably not worth the risk. But if he's liking his stroking and his queuing right now, definitely makeable. He shot it with a bunch of left-hand spin. Gonna leave a similar shot, but much easier for Ben here. And the 10 definitely goes in the left middle pocket, so does it pay off the safety? Just overcut it actually. Yikes. Didn't expect that. Typically see those balls miss thick, but that was a ball that wasn't quite like a just cut it as thin as you can type shot. You had to really nail the cut angle. Tough miss for Ben. Nice natural leave for the 10. Prothmesh gonna steal one away if he can knock this 10. Would have been the second given away rack now for Ben. He's gonna be kicking himself because he knows he'd be leading in this case 6-4, but Prothmesh with the miss. Yikes, he shot it at that in-betweener speed. Oh man. It's the last speed you want to be shooting the money ball at, I think. At least that's the one that always catches me out. Kind of like just trying to roll it in and will it in and not really shooting it with confidence. Ben Dwan gets away with it. These are 600 Fargo rate players, so they're not pros. But still got to be kicking yourself if you're Proth there. You know, you had a golden chance to go 3 points up. Now it's only a 1 point match. Anybody's game. 6-5. got action, folks. Ben Dwan gets a little too close to this 3-ball. Gonna leave a tricky one. This might still cut. He's looking at the angle. If he has any sort of space, I think the cut is on, but no, just not enough there. Then 3-ball drifts behind the 9, so gets away with this miss. This is kind of what starts to happen if you're Proth. You sort of miss a money ball, and then one gets a couple easy leaves, and the tides start to turn a little bit. Good safety return, though. Can Ben respond? Yikes, cue ball goes straight in the drink. Once again, open layout for Prathamesh. 4 to 5, pretty natural. 6 to 7. It's a little bit more traffic. It's where the 8-ball, where the 10-ball is. I'm sorry. Got to be a little bit more precise, but not too many difficult positional shots here, I'd say. Especially with the ball in hand on these first 3, you should be thinking they're a gimme, but the 6 to 7 might be the trickiest. As long as you get a high angle on the 8, should be out from there. Doesn't want to get too straight on the 4. Means okay. Think, how do you like going from here? Probably have to play a follow shot on this 5-ball to come up 1 rail, or maybe take some distance and draw or stun this 5-ball a bit. I think the single's okay. Got a lot of distance is all. I think he's going towards the 9 slightly, so you can avoid contacting the 9. Roll this with a bunch of top spin. Might be the shot. No, he just tries to stun it. It's liking the stun shot here and choosing to take the longer distance. Cuts on. Like I said, this one, any angle on the 8-ball should be out from here. This is going to be the real tester in the rack, I think. It's a long bridge as well. See how he does. Yep, that was always the hard shot. Try to hold it with some outside spin, and at that distance, you'll see the swerve kind of take over and sort of overcut and overthrow that ball a bit. Both overcutting and you're kind of throwing it that same direction. So typically tend to miss those thin when you try to hold with outside spin, as I've learned. Now if you're Ben, once again, any nice angle in the 8 should be out. Shot can be a little bit tricky. Doesn't want to be on the rail here. I think if he's too straight, he's going to have to punch this ball a bit more. At least with a high angle on the other side of the table, you can roll this ball in, and as long as you get in the second half or lower left quadrant of the table, you should be sitting pretty, but a little bit trickier than it needed to be this one. Now I'm just going to take a long distance 9. Take his medicine. I think I like shooting this up and down. Coming the whole length of the table. Even though you're coming the whole length, you can shoot this ball with a bit more authority. Just make sure you get that line right. I think he even overhit it. So really a mistake there from the 7 to the 8, I think, from Ben. He was a tough out. Now Proth sitting with a nice layout. There's that stun run through, pretty shot. It's a little bit close to the table, but he's all right. Very little close to the corner. And that's another one down. Prathamesh steals that one 7-5 up. Take a quick break. All right, we're back, folks. Nice little safety here from Ben. It's looking pretty parallel here. I think the 6 ball's a big ball too to come around it. Going up the table. Or the 9, I guess, is also in the way of the 2 rails, so might see 3 rails here. Sorry, excuse me, 2 rails around. No, he's playing 3 rails, okay. 3 rails in behind the 2. His target here is going to be that coin. On the lower left, 1 diamond on the left long rail. It's coming 2 rails around the 3. Catches the 2 ball and back cuts it. And it's going to be pretty safe. So a nice kick shot there. 2 rails. Catches the 2. And leaves Ben with a tester.
I can take it if you want.
No, I held the 8 ball.
And I think with that safety, you're not really trying to get behind the 8 with the cue ball. You're really just trying to push that 2 up to the 2nd diamond. So good control on the object ball from Ben. Try to glue him behind this 7, and that cue ball leaks out. It's going to want that safety back. Kind of decided to roll the cue ball directly towards the blocker. And I think I like playing the cue ball 1 rail into the cushion and then towards the blocker. Because now he leaves this available to left middle pocket. And you get a little bit more separation that way as well, so you can hit the cue ball a little bit harder. Push the 3 up table a bit more. Balls are pretty close, but he should be able to avoid the double kiss. Nice job there. He's just on the wrong side again. Gonna try to load this up with a lot of right hand spin and go forward. Tricky shot. Or is he playing just a roll up? Yeah, he's playing the side spin shot. They have enough to get there. It's going to check off that 2nd rail, and it's going to leave him right behind that 9 ball. Yikes. Misses it short, as is the tendency with these pockets. There's a common thing I think you see too at this sort of 600 level is when the players start to miss on the 8-ball runouts right around that 3 to 4 to 5 ball run, and then they leave a respective 3 to 4 or 5 ball run. Typically swings the matches pretty quickly. I guess at the pro level, you sort of see the swings with break-in runs and table runs because they're able to so highly and so consistently run out at that sort of 7 to 8 ball run out level. But these level players, they're pretty consistent as long as it's about 5 or less. And that's what you don't want to leave. Ben felt like he kind of gave up on that stroke a little bit. I don't know if it pulled back a little too far for that distance of shot or speed of shot, but I think I like pushing through that ball a little bit more. Maybe even playing it 2 rails. Nice natural 2 rail position here for that much more than playing the inside spin shot. Prathamesh likes to stun it, play inside spin. A little bit harder to control the speed with that type of shot is the only thing I find. So now he's got a tricky back cut. And he's actually not in a good spot here. He's going to take it into the lower left corner now, maybe. Just stun into the rail. He just needs to watch his speed because this can go and get away from him and end up scratching in one of the upper corners or upper pockets. It's going to be killing it off with some outside spin though. Overcuts it. Yikes. Yeah, I think the mistake there is really just playing the stun outside spin shot instead of rolling it with some running left-hand side. 2 rails come into the line of the 10. Bank shot. Are they open here on Fridays? Here in downtown Seattle? Typically you see that ball miss short on these Rassons too, but he missed it long. So he's starting to hone in on that sort of bank angle and bank speed. And there's the make from Ben. Claws 1 back. Makes it 6 to 7. Right back with the next rack.
So your break, right?
Yeah, my break.
right, betting ready to rock and roll in this rack. 1 to the 2, 2 to the 4.
5 ball.
It's a tricky shot. I think I like taking the breakout opportunity here. It is risky because it brings the left middle pocket into play, but likely to either have a shot on the 3 if you make both balls, or leave a shot on the 4. No, he tries to slow roll it in. I think that was the chance to take on that breakout. If not, catch it on the thick side and play the next shot, but Angle led so nicely to break out the 4. Now he's trying to play a safety 3 rails. Understrokes it, and fortunate to have the insurance that this 4 or 7 are tied up. Otherwise, this might be a tough sellout. The 9 and the 10 as well. I'm not sure if they're... You can get on the 9. It looks like the 9 passes the 10 left corner pocket. Gonna have to take the reverse bank, and then I think on this pink 4. Needs to avoid getting too straight. No, reversed it a bit too much. Leaves a look at it, but I think we're going to see a cross bank here. Just bank the 4 down to the second diamond underneath the 7 and play the cue ball in behind 6 maybe. Can also bank it the other way and play the cue ball 2 rails in behind this cluster and play the 4 up to the top rail, but he's a snooker lad. He likes to play the long distance double and comes a bit too thin on that contact. Gives up the ball in hand. And if this 9-10 is clustered up and doesn't actually go, I think this might be the time to break it open. It's a little risky, but you gotta have to land on that 10 ball full in the face. Cut this 4 in the left middle pocket, maybe. Left middle pocket stun into the 10 full. You open up the balls, 7 goes into both corners, and you got the 6 up table. That's my shot. A little risky though. What are we thinking in the chat? Second match table update. Bo Bologna caught up a bit, 6 to 7 down, similar to this game. And he's at the table now, just as Ben is. No, I'm not sure what you do here if you're Ben. You're gonna... I think he's thinking about it just because the 9 must not pass the 10, or at least be cuttable, accessible. It does go to the lower right corner, so there's still a chance of getting on it. It's a much tighter window to play for. I think Bo has tied up his match over there on table 2, 7 to 7. So here, how's your stroke? Low outside and chip this ball back. If it cuts, though, he can play 3 rails inside position or just play to the middle of the table. Get pretty straight in behind it, though, if he has to throw it at all. It's tricky. Tricky. Overhit this, so now we're going to see a safety probably. And I don't mind this position actually, just a roll-up safety on this 9 if it passes the 10. pretty straightforward. You want the 9 to stay on the rail if you can. Don't settle over the side pockets if the kick shot is easy. I think he might have just come up short. Still cuts, but now it's a much smaller range of cutting angles. Those shots are kind of taken for granted sometimes, but I think you want to roll them with a little bit more intent and really glue that 9 to the rail. But Proth gives up the ball in hand. Oh, excuse me. The score over in the other table is 8-7 now. Aman leading Bo in a race to 11. Yeah, don't need to get fancy. I like playing this right towards the chalk. One rail towards it. This also works. Got a bit more angle as well, but Ben Dwan to tie it up. 7-7. Back in the match after early missed 10 ball. Now Prathamesh has missed some money balls to even the score.
What's been happening there, Christian?
How's it going? I was just checking on you to see where you're at. Ben Dwan has tied it up 7-7. So far, so good. Streams are looking good. Aman is leading by one rack over on table 2.
Yeah, looks
We
like
can
their
take a peek
YouTube
here.
chat. The guy in the YouTube chat, let's give him some credit, saying that the pool of champions, saying that Ben had a comeback in him. So well predicted there.
Yeah, pool of champions. You called it.
So you can't. So you've caught him.
One ball.
All right, thank you, Christian, very much. He's going to have a dinner break. And he shall return in the meantime. What do you guys have to say in the chat? How you liking these matches going on? Did a good job there, not getting too close to the pink ball. He's got something to work with down the table. And again, you don't want to get too close to the purple. Unless he kicks it, he got too close. Very nice kick. Friday night here at Ox, doing a few things. Got a lot of people coming in. It's always a good vibe in here. And then we have the 4 of these players testing their concentration. People walking around. Ben doing the smart thing, just walking away from the table as those customers walked by in his line of shot. Wiped off his cue, got back to the shot. It's a kind of a crucial ball of this rack, one of the toughest. I think the rest should be okay for him. I think he might have the angle to go 1 cushion to the black down in the right corner. There's always the scratch on if he goes, the cushion's not there and he goes forward. Yeah, and there's also, he was maybe trying to avoid that scratch too much, but he had room, I believe, to put some distance between the cue ball and the 8 ball. But now he's just too close to do much with it. Has he got a nice snooker? He does. So he's got enough room there to play with the cue ball. Try to work its way down. Nice little bank there. I think the cut was on as well. The bank gave him a pretty decent result. He's going to be thin on this 9 ball in either pocket. So unless he can find a way to hide this cue ball behind 10, bring the 9 ball up the table, he's going to have a pretty difficult offensive shot. He's looking at that left corner, trying to see if that cue ball is going into the right corner. Not too many choices there. Nearly made it. But yeah, I do believe that this passes the 10 ball. Don't give it too much juice. Just let it settle back down in the same pocket. Uh-oh. A little bit too much. Too much length on that cue ball.
I never thought it would be that.
Let's see Prathamesh's bridge skills here. How's his luck? Nice. Good rack there for Prathamesh. Well done. And once again, we invite you all to the Seattle 9 Ball Open coming this September. We will be having day passes for people who want to come and watch the action and come and get some gear as well. Should be pretty exciting for us to have the first WNT ranking event here, and we would hope that it gets better and better every year. Looks like they are taking a break there for just a moment. So let's take a little peek at Aman and Bo. Bo at the table. They're doing a good job of scoring themselves. Using Colin's scoreboard. Good old Colin. Just calling a long bank. Got to stay relatively close to that 5 ball. What a shot. Well done. All right, table 1, not quite ready. Bo going a little bit wide on that green ball to the middle. But it ended up fairly safe, or at least with a difficult shot. It's having to jump a little bit over the 9 ball. Jumped completely over the 9 ball. Hit it safe. Did it get safe? Not really. I think Bo can do something with this. And again, on YouTube, we have 2 channels going. This is on our Table 2 channel. Normally, we won't have commentary on this one, but since we're taking a break from Table 1, we're able to show you guys a little bit of the action here on this channel. But back to the Ben and Prathamesh match. Ben fighting back, Prathamesh trying to keep him at arm's length. I hope they're having fun out there. I see a lot of smiles on their faces. A little bit of a safety break there. Possibly. Not much to do with that one ball.
I'll call the 4.
Well, a lot of concentration on making that long combo. Kind of forgot where the cue ball was going to end up. Those combos like that, you got to think about the object ball that's going in, the rotation ball you're shooting next, and then the cue ball. So this is going to be a tough part for him. So the option comes. It's Prathamesh's choice. And he likes what he sees. How do you like that? Yeah, it's hard to tell if that red ball passes into the left corner. I don't think it does. Usually wrong about these angles. Yep, so smart play if that ball wasn't going. Kind of try to cool Ben down just a bit.
I'll call it here.
It's nice of Ben to wait until I got back here. It was a decent hit. The result is not what he wants, not what he likes. If you could get some sort of angle on this purple off the short cushion. Ooh. What's he gonna do? Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but something must have happened between the 3 and the 5. I thought he had enough space there. Maybe the angle was wrong, going into the right corner, getting the cue ball to get some good shape on the 5. But I just kind of felt like the 5 going up to the left corner would have brought you to the 7. And it almost looked like he wanted to draw to hit the 5 in that left bottom corner. Either way, he didn't get to any of those positions and tried to play safe. And now Ben has the table to himself here. He might have a run out. I don't believe in the commentator curse. Looks like he might be going for this. Landed pretty safe. If he's lucky, the only part of the 7 he sees is what's gonna lead it into the middle pocket. But I just don't know if he can clear that 9 ball. It looks like he cannot. I don't think Ben at this point wants to be 2 racks down. He's in a tough position here. Problem with trying to kick it is he wants to be able to spread them. He doesn't, unless he calls the middle pocket, which he should do anyway, but I think you just want to spread the 7 ball from the cue ball. Yeah, it's as good of a shot as any. You're always looking for a little bit of fortune and trying to get out of these snookers. Yeah, I think Ben has a window there. It has been a muggy day, so Ben's cleaning his hands in the queue. He knows he's been given another shot at this rack. Yeah, if he can, I would try to hit the 9 to stop the cue ball. It's a tricky shot and a lot to think about during a match. Instead, he's going up and down the table, which is a very nice shot. If you just put the cue tip a little bit lower on your shot, you can come back and just pop that 9, but I know a lot of pool players don't like to move balls very much, at least straight pool. And some 9-ball rotation players don't like to bang into any of the other balls too much. Ben's handling this very well. Oh no. I still don't believe in the curses. So you can see that cue ball is not on the cushion. You can shoot the entire ball. And it's not going to take a lot of energy here, just to stroke through the ball. That was a little bit too pacey, but it still would have won him the match if the 9-ball went in. Sorry, the rack, not the match. Did he call you Jaime? What is happening here? That looks like
Because you're in my shot line. Yeah, you're moving around my
he's
shot
talking to somebody over there. What are you gonna do there, Ben? It's a pool hall on a Friday night. Easy does it, and that looks bang on. Took the time he needed to make this shot, and again knows exactly how much one rack means at this point in the match. So congratulations there. That was a nice little fight back and forth for just a tiny bit. Ben comes out ahead to tie up the match. Sorry. So yeah, the tickets will go on sale pretty soon. At this point, we are around the cutoff for WNT Rankin players, and we'll start opening up some spots for the people on the wait list. So those of you out there that are on the wait list, we will be emailing you and seeing if you still want a spot. And then all you got to do is click the link. You're in. We do have some spots available for some pros that are on the fence. That was a pretty incredible break there. All right, did he hold it enough to get back to the four? Looks like he might have plenty of room there.
Keep selling the leak. We need more people tonight on Friday nights.
full house. So this will be a test for these 4 players. Can they deal with a full house? I'm sure they can. I've been in much busier places, and there's tons of room around these tables, so they should be just fine. You can see him stamping the floor there, just hitting that corner, that right middle pocket. Hey, Mr. Tom Ackle in the house. So for those who don't know, we have a partnership with Bakabak in that our customers have a special menu that they prepared for us, and there's no delivery fee from them, so you save that astronomical Uber Eats and Grubhub leech charge. So they do their own delivery. They're getting off that third-party app. And kudos to them. Will this green ball reach a cushion? Oh no. In snooker, that's a legal shot. In the pool, it's a foul. Yeah, we love supporting all the businesses around here. Chikorina Bakery, almost right above us on the street level, does amazing Pop-Tarts, both savory and sweet. I love their snickerdoodles, and their coffee is really good as well. Then we have Retail Therapy, who's above us, and their clothing we've been buying for years before we even got into Q Sports businesses. And now Bakabak has joined the team to kind of just bring the community a little bit tighter. It's always good to see. Ben has a problem here. It's a dead center. Where's that cue ball? Nice space. Oh no. Does he get second prize? It's certainly safe. As he tries a cross bank. I mean, this is one of those shots that you can't miss. That 9-ball is not a distraction. I love these full table cross banks. I was thinking about it. Went for the other corner, nailed it. Oh no, does it follow the leader? It does not. Doesn't have to do much for the cue ball to get on the 10. Just gotta put his concentration on making this shot. This is definitely not a gimme. You can see the angle is, it's pretty thin. It's in that medium to medium difficult shot. Getting on the 10 again shouldn't be an issue. Coming off the long cushion, I don't think he has a chance to. Well, you definitely don't have a chance to scratch if you stop. So he opted to not take anything for granted. And just go ahead and stop that cue ball. Don't let it run around too much. Well, this is definitely heating up here. We got now a score of 9-8. Ben taking 2 in a row. And now only needing 2. So yeah, it's going to be pretty. It's looking to be a really nice finish for the two of them. But I just want to say next weekend, starting on Friday, come watch the action of the top snooker players in the world are coming to compete. Ani had a 123 break last year. Could have been higher. I think it was a 123, and that has been the highest break from any tournament that we've had here at Ox. So Meek was on the way to a massive break as well. But I think as we all saw, she got just a little bit hung up on the black cushion. It was one of those memorable moments of the tournaments last year. So we will have many more memories made this year. Next weekend, please join us. You will be amazed at their play. I guarantee it. So it's a 3-day tournament, 9th through the 11th of September. And speaking of snooker, Ben has got a tricky out here for Prathamesh. He doesn't want to put the white ball in the corner pocket and hit this yellow ball. Hit it well, which is tough to do on these oblique angles. So he's looking for a path, maybe 2 cushions instead of that thin oblique off the left long rail. He wants to go maybe 2 or 3 rails off the right. Hits it in 1. What does he leave? So I think possibly I didn't see him call that pocket, but it would have been the way he shot it, maybe an intention to try to get the yellow ball in that pocket. Yeah, not wanting to make a mistake. And not wanting to think about anything else but the shot. Prathamesh is making sure that his plan is visualized in his head before he gets down to shoot. So yeah, he was pointing as if you want to do a run through. Let's see what he actually does. Some work to get back up to the purple. Got a little bit too much on that. Seven is in the way if he wants to pot it in the left corner and run down for the green. So let's see how he gets around the 7. Yeah, a little bit stunny in order to get there. He did get there, but missed the pot. Left a little chance here for Ben. So how can you not look at that combo if combos are allowed on the 10? But honestly, it would be nice to just sneak it through, which is looks like that's what he's doing. I think that's the better shot. Yeah, maybe trying to use the 10 to get the purple ball in. Just didn't quite work out, but he did get second place. Second prize, a little bit of a fluker going on. This is a nice kick safe by Prathamesh. Not much Ben can do here other than try to lay another snooker. He calls a cross bank. So this might be a two-way shot. The green ball looks like it does pass. That one, if he did make the 5, it looked like that green ball was able to go. So smart play, just didn't quite work out. So right here, it's a medium to slow pot. It's such a thin pot on this 5. Cue ball is going to be flying off the cushion. I don't know if you can slow it down with 2 cushions. It looks like just 1 cushion to me. He went 2, but where's his position? Does the 7 like him? He laughs. Yeah, that was definitely not the shot I was saying. He looked like he wanted to go a few more cushions to try to get in position to get to the green in the right. I would have been a little bit more conservative and try to go just the bulk cushion, float down, and just land in the middle, between the middle of the table and the point. But he lucked out. Trying to get the 7 in the same pocket, or at least that's what I would try. Bridging over that 10 ball is a little bit of an obstruction. Still makeable. It's just tough again not to overhit it. Unless you can bring it back down. Oh my goodness. Let's see how that ended. Not very good. Yeah, again, I would hit that a lot softer, the green ball. It's a lot to ask to bring the cue ball up to the cross corner and back around the 10, but if you can pull this off, that would not be a foul in snooker, but 10 ball it is. So I want to float an idea to you guys out in the chat. Been having a lot of internal discussions on starting a league, non-handicap league. And we were going to start them on a member day. Let's see if Ben can close this rack out first. What this would look like is a pretty amazing comeback. And go ahead on the hill is Ben, first one to reach the hill. Very well done. Prathamesh is reeling just a tiny bit. But Prathamesh can come back. If anyone can do it, Prathamesh can. So let's see if he will. But to you guys in the chat, so member day. So we're thinking of doing a non-handicap pool league in member day, 10 ball. And the people that we've spoken to really like the idea of having the club to yourself on a member day. You come in and you play your match and then you leave. Or you can practice. You have access to the club all day. So if you're an Ox member, you already get that, right? So you just join the league. But if you're not an Ox member, we have what people have been wanting, and that's a monthly membership. So instead of, we've combined a monthly membership with a league membership. And so you just purchase a league membership and you're able to come in on a member day to play your league. So we're thinking of pool and snooker. We have a couple of designs out there that we're playing with. And as normal, we kind of push the envelope. We want things to evolve. We want to see how far we can take what we've done so far. So we've had to spend a lot of time with a small group of people to convince them. But the majority of the people that understand are thrilled to have a non-handicapped league in a place that isn't as noisy as it is right now. You're just kind of there to play, there to compete, there to concentrate on your game. Got lucky there, Ben did. Call in the right middle. This is a Sean Murphy type shot. So didn't foul, left a tough cut. left a tough corner as well. And just hit it softly. A little bit of topspin. Yeah, cue ball didn't quite clear the 9 ball. It's a tough shot here. Dropped his shoulder a little early, which happens when you're bridging over a ball in an uncomfortable position. Your body wants to get out of it. And yet again has a fluker. But he definitely has enough of a gap to do a 2-cushion kick. The trick is you just, again, you got to separate the 2 balls. Oh, unless he's jumping to try to pot this. That was mean. Pool gods were kind of mean to Parliament right there because that was an amazing shot. You need a big bounce here. Looks like he cleared everything. You can tell Ben's feeling it. Yeah, he's trying to measure the cue ball off that long rail. Trying to hit the short rail and then coming back around for the 7. It's a great position to get on the 8. It's great speed. So dealer's choice here. I'm the type of player that would like to follow just a little bit. I don't mind the middle pockets personally. I like shooting them. But ideally you would like to be on a corner pocket. So yeah, it looks like he's feeling the same way I am. That's all this game is just personal choices, knowing what your body can do. Corner 4th match. For the match. Well, it's one of those shots that you definitely feel, you gotta feel crushed when you miss, but then you gotta let it go because you don't want that one shot to make you miss the next 2. Just shake it off and know that you're still on the hill. take a small break here. I'll come back in just a second.
Sometimes I also like
That was my first interaction with her. And see a girl fan. Emotionally. Where you guys go? There was a match that happened last weekend at the Open. I was a guy, he won life. The other guy came in again, so his flag literally, and it wasn't like anything proper, every single ball, yeah.
Lower you, I mean, like, yeah, that's fine.
Right now, I would say he is so cocky, but like he's also when you have heard that right.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Getting lower, especially in these stages, makes a huge difference. Because being able to see the shot, like the lower you get, the easier they are, and more consistent. When you're up really high, it's really hard to miss. Yeah. Another thing on
Stick to be as steady as possible. We just want it to be stable. The less you think, the better. I know so lots of digest.
we're probably going to need to.
Side pocket. Front ledge. Side pocket.
I would always help me over the beginning. After I play for a while, I ankles do have to whatever spot there. Try to get that feel of the goes right in. See? want the ball to go. Oh, right, no, exactly, right here, yes, straight, wherever it's gonna go. Well, actually, technically, it's the same. Because if you're aiming wrong, then you hit the spot by aiming, the fire go ahead. No, you don't want to hit the ball. You do want to hit it. It's a tighter edge, you don't want to hit it. You'd be aiming for like again, if you can do it right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that concludes it. I think Ben, Dewan, and Amon are going to be playing their set later tonight. But as you see here, I think Bo and Amon want a little bit of rematch action. So we're going to let them play it out. And I think that's going to be our cue to sign off. We will see you guys later. Thanks for joining the stream, everyone.
Thank you guys. If you want to watch the final, come on down. Watch it in person.
Yeah, should be good action. Alrighty, we'll see y'all later.
Thank you, Christian. Bye.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Bye.